So talking a little bit about Soul School and our needs for Phase 2 project, we have a need for a lot of additional small group spaces for students to be able to receive the interventions that is needed. Some examples would be interventions for reading, English as a second language, some special education needs.
At Fisk, we have several programs for students that need support in reading in other areas, and so we have 2 portables that are behind the school. And for transitioning purposes, first of all, student-teacher contact time is limited because the staff out there has to come in and pick up the students and take them out to the portables and then bring them back in when they're done.
The primary focus of our renovation was to provide those spaces for kids where they would not have those interruptions. They would have a quiet space that that they could work with the teacher, where they could stay focused. They wouldn't have to worry about interruptions, people coming in and out of the room. They wouldn't have to worry about ambient noises in the hallway. They wouldn't have to worry about just not being able to hear or focus on the instruction.
Where I was last year was very distractible. There was a lot of noise. I was at the end of a hallway with a half partition. To the left of me was a classroom. Where I am now is a very quiet room with 0 interruptions, 0 noise, and we can get this effective lesson done in 30 minutes.
In the past, here at North Salem, speech therapy services were provided in the library. Library classes would be going on, maybe 20 or 25 students getting their books, doing research work, talking, having discussions, and behind a partition in the corner of the room, we'd be trying to do speech therapy work. Many of the students I work with have difficulty producing speech sounds, so we talk about the sounds, we model it, and the children also practice it. At times it became very difficult for the children to hear my modeling of the speech sounds, and sometimes it was difficult for me to hear the child's production. That doesn't occur here anymore, and I really, really enjoy the quiet space. And one of the comments the children made to me this year was, "Wow, I really like this room. It's quiet to work in here." So I know that the children also enjoy that quiet environment too.
Before the renovation, I really didn't have a set spot to work at because there was such limited space in the school. I really had to just every day find a spot that was available that would be quiet and for the students to work at. When students really need a quiet location to focus, now I have availability to take them into this room.
The old space before the renovation, I had a shared space. The OT room was the paper closet, and it was also the place where the levelized reading books were stored. The place was dark and noisy, and the kids had a really hard time concentrating because sometimes people would have to come in to get papers and books. So it was hard for them to concentrate. The new space here is fabulous. It's light and it's bright, and even though the square footage is about the same, it feels a whole lot bigger because now I don't have shelves full of books and papers. And without the distractions of having people come in to get things, we can accomplish a lot more and the kids are better able to concentrate.
Proper learning environment is just going to increase their potential and just make a real difference, and we've seen that already. For example, this classroom, it'd be nice to have a beautiful library for the children to look through all the books. It's not all just jammed together in one little corner. There's plenty of room to move around. If I'm working here with a small reading group, I'm not disturbing children who are doing independent work. Children are able to do a lot of cooperative learning.
We don't have any direct visibility into the hallway as students and visitors to the building are coming. So a security issue is upon us at that time, that how we try to monitor security and who's coming in and out of the building.
I think it just providing upgrade to safety from the front office is just the availability to see visitors coming into the building. I think we would have to see the person walking in within 1 second in order to even know that they walked in.
I think one of the features that's most evident when you come into Lancaster or any of the new renovated schools is just the building entrance. The security of the building has just been greatly enhanced. We've moved the office right up to the main entrance so that we do have full vision of everybody that's coming in.
Our security has also been improved greatly with the addition and renovations. Now, with, if you recall, the front entrances to the schools had limited access in terms of viewing visitors coming in and out of the building, but now it's much more secure, and we're able to maintain a safer school environment.
Right now, our all-purpose room is used as a cafeteria, a gymnasium, and a place where all school functions and all school activities are held. This is a situation that makes it difficult to plan and scheduling conflicts for students so that they don't get optimum use of that space.
We have to keep on schedule daily for PE, sometimes art, music, band, lunch, which interferes with the PE program because we have several students that receive adaptive PE, and that cuts into that time, and we don't give students what they need for their gross motor support.
Now, because our cafeteria is just a cafeteria, it's allowed for greater flexibility in our scheduling. Not everything is planned around the usage of the cafeteria.
First and foremost is the space that allows all the kids to be active at one time. And here we can spread out. We've got this beautiful, huge area, and every kid can have a ball. Every student, every child can be involved. No one's waiting. It's also a very, very safe environment for these kids. We don't have tables or bleachers or risers or, stacks of chairs.
The only thing that's in the gym are the kids, the gym equipment, and the instructor. There's nothing that's in the way that the kids are going to run into. Our gym also is able to be used by the community in the evenings. It's been an asset to the community in providing some off-hours space that different organizations can utilize.
Right now, currently, our library is in a typical size classroom, and when we put 25 or 30 students in there at a time, it becomes very crowded and not offering as many opportunities for students that we could offer.
Our library now is just a library. In the past, the library served as offices for the reading specialist as well as the speech-language pathologist. Now, our speech students have their classes in a dedicated space with no disruptions or distractions from library classes.
They're so different than they used to be. We have so much more space available to us now than we ever had before. Previously, our library spaces were shared with other specialists. Now we have dedicated spaces. We have an area for teaching, we have an area for browsing books, and we also have an area for just comfortable reading. All of our shelving units are now low. Everything is accessible to children. Everything is at their level. They can reach, they can browse. Even for our older students, nothing's taller than 5 feet. Everything they can get to is easy for them and easy to work with.